All right, guys. Sorry for the delay. I'm having some issues loading my Sims. I think I'm the only one on the planet having this issue, but we will press on. I'm not going to lie. I am a little distraught that Leonard Fournette is showing up as the best captain leverage play on the slate. So we're trying to work through a lot of shit tonight. Let's do this.
I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atropic shockitis.
Peter's one of the greatest depositors I've ever seen.
Trust the process. Let's go. Let's go.
I got auto matched with Levitan. This is bullshit.
If I just go the other way, in that 66, I win all the money. All the money.
If I had 150 lineups, I'd win too.
Process over results.
Illuminati make a bitch go crazy. I don't know which one of these my baby. Bust out AP, close 5 bullets in your head like KD. Bust it, bitch go bust it. And I had 10 pints with me in Russia.
Hey everyone.
Look at these guys. Look at how spoiled you guys are. Just giving you free content week after week after week. And I have one technical difficulty. The backbone of the show is loading the simulator for me. And you're on my shit. Be better, Iceman. Be better. I am having problems getting into my simulator. I think I'm the only one who's having issues with this. I have tried to refresh. I have tried a different browser. I have tried clearing cookies. Luckily, though, I was in The Sims all afternoon playing around with stuff. I even ran my numbers. So I will be able to get by if I am not able to do this, but it certainly is not ideal. It is not ideal at all. But how are we doing tonight, chat? Thank you. This is what happens when you clear all the cookies. Then you don't have your mic. I appreciate you guys taking care.
Test. That should be better. All right. Mic's fixed. What's up, Alex? How we doing? Evans or Godwin, straight up, daddy. Wow. Coming in hot with the daddy. They are going to be similarly owned. The Sims like Chris Godwin more. When I ran it earlier, Chris Godwin was showing up in 7% of the optimal lineups as captain, if that's what you're referring to. If you're referring to the flex, it seems like both of them are going to be over-owned relative to how often they're appearing in the Sims. But Chris Godwin's still looking slightly better than Mike Evans. I think we're going to see a decent amount of kind of recency bias tonight as far as people chasing the big games from Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. So if I am doing a Bucs wide receiver tonight, I do like Chris Godwin. OJ Howard or Tyler Johnson on DK. I'm starting to hear a little steam for OJ Howard. I will say, though, you mentioned Tyler Johnson. He was looking pretty good in the Sims. I'm seeing him around 5% ownership in the flex spot, and he's appearing in the Sims about 12.4% of the time. So the Sims are giving you permission to play Tyler Johnson tonight should you want to go that route. Yes, Jason. Jason thinks the Lazy Lions are coming after me. That could certainly be the case. If you guys didn't see on Club Top Shot on Tuesday, we waged a war against the Lazy Lions, and they have since been in my mentions ever since. They won't leave me alone. But I love that community. I love the Lazy Lions. They seem like great people. I even know there's some Lazy Lions in our midst. You can never be too careful. I am vamping while I try to get the Sims loaded in another browser, and we will see if this works for me. All right, this is working. Now the question is, will StreamYard let me share a Safari browser? Probably just going to have to go window. All right, here we go. We did it. We made it in. We did it, guys. We found the Sims. We're in a different browser. Google Chrome rugged me. Google Chrome rugged me. I'm down bad with Google Chrome. We will press on here with Safari. I mean, this browser is just absolutely atrocious. I already hate this browser so much. I mean, what is going on with this browser? All right, let's get into it here. We'll see what we're cooking with. Let's run the Sims. And you guys can start to see what I have been looking at this afternoon with the Sims. Of course, no surprise here as far as Tom Brady and Jalen Hurts showing up a ton here. 73% of total lineups for Tom Brady, 67.9% for Hurts. And then there it is, the elephant in the room, the thing none of us want to admit, and that is Leonard Fournette is appearing in the captain slot in 16% of these simulated results. He is outpacing Tom Brady in the captain slot in these sims. He is very mispriced at 7,800 relative to his new role. I guess the only way you can really bully Leonard Fournette out of these kind of captain sim results is if you really want to throttle down Gio Bernard's, receiving workload and market share here. And I don't even know if that's a safe bet to make. I was messing with it earlier. I even changed the rush rate down to 35%. I was talking to Drico in the Discord. The Bucs have been, even in games where they're up by more than 7, they've had a 65% pass rate. I changed this to a 35% rush rate. It barely even changed anything. I'll show you. It brought Leonard Fournette down from like 16% captain to 14.5% captain. There you go. This time it brought it down to 13.6. But that is still a ton because I'm seeing an aggregated ownership for Leonard Fournette in the captain slot at 7%. And in our default sims, he's showing up in 16.2. By far the biggest captain leverage spot. And it's not even close. The next closest is Jalen Reagor and Zach Ertz. And I've also heard some Steve about Zach Ertz captain. I mean, there is a groundswell. There is a movement of people. I think, was it Davis? Is Davis the one who did a tweet that said Zach Ertz captain was going to win someone? I mean, come on, Davis. If Zach Ertz wins someone $1 million as the captain, I will do something. I will eat my hat. Is Tom Brady getting over 300 yards? I don't know. Should we see what the prop builder says? I mean, that's a good way to answer this question. Tom Brady, you want to know, is Tom Brady getting over 300 yards? Passing yards, 300. Calculate. His median's 303 passing yards. This is a no bet if you're getting any juice on it. Sorry, I couldn't help you out there. 303 passing yards. So slight over there. Slight over. What do I think? Did someone say, what do I think about Quez in the captain? Geez, you got the chat. You guys are out of control tonight. I can barely keep up with this. What do I think about Quez in the captain? I mean, I didn't see him popping there much at all. We go down here. He's appearing in 1.6%. Let me scroll up so you can see it there. 1.6% for Quez Watkins. He's only appearing in the flex spot at 12.3%. I think the thing with Quez is he's never going to project super well from a median standpoint just because of his ADOT and how far down the field he's used. I think if you want to sell yourself on Quez, it's that Reagor hasn't been performing well and that Quez Watkins' role is going to grow. And so if that's a trend that you're willing to bet on, I think Quez is fine. But the thing is when you look at the sim results versus ownership, it's Reagor who's popping. So in the flex screener that I just created on my own here, just looking at average ownership, Reagor is going to appear in 18% of lineups in the flex, and he's appearing in the sims here at 33%. That's a pretty good leverage opportunity there as far as Reagor. And then I think Reagor and Quez Watkins are probably, negatively correlated as far as both being kind of downfield threats for the Eagles. So I don't know. I'm not too big on Quez tonight. I'd probably go in the Reagor direction. Mike's asking, we rolling out 5-1 Buccaneers tonight. So I don't mind that thought of going 5-1 Buccaneers. I was looking at optimal lineups, and this is different than looking at simulated lineups because that's why we love the sims, because they're able to account for way more variables than just median projections outputting optimals. but most of the field is using median projections to spit out their lineups. And those lineups, for the most part, are spitting out 4-2 Buccaneers, was the most common within the top 100 optimal lineup. So I think 4-2 Bucs is going to be the optimal construction. I think pushing it to 5-1 Bucs is probably good. I think from what I've messed around with, I want to go 4-2 Eagles is the lineups that I tend to like the most. And you'll see here kind of in these most frequent lineups appearing 22 times. God damn it, Zach Ertz and the captain. 3-3 here. Here's a 3-3. Here's a 5-1 onslaught with Jalen Hurts. A 5-1 onslaught with Jalen Hurts. 3-3. Here's a 4 or another 3-3. Here's a 5-1. Here's a 4-2. Yeah, so I think like a lineup like this, when I look at just kind of if you're in like a smaller field single entry, I think a lineup like this, the Hurts, Zach Ertz, Rager, Gainwell, Fournette, Brady, that kind of stuff looks good. But notice this, guys. I think it was, what was it, Monday night when we were looking at the product own, and we had a ton of lineups that were sub 10% product own. Look at how massively chalky some of these top lineups are. I mean, the product own on this Antonio Brown captain is just through the roof as far as Brown, Brady, Fournette. That's a wild product own. It almost makes me wonder, what is contributing to that? Why is that number so high? I'm trying to see if there's anything standing out there. But yeah, I mean, when you just include the Brady, the Hurts, the Fournette, yeah, it gets up there quickly. So it is going to be, I think, take a little bit more creativity tonight to get unique because the field is condensed on so many of these plays. I mean, you look at this 11.2 here. It's because we have the Bucs defense in here. A 15.9, Tyler Johnson. I think Tyler Johnson's someone to discuss. He ran a lot of routes last week, and the Sims do like him. I'm seeing him in the flex. He's only going to appear in about 5% of lineups as far as ownership goes. And the Sims have him showing up at 12.4%. Tyler Johnson here, actually 13.8. 13.8. So that's not looking too bad for Tyler Johnson there if you are looking for kind of salary relief. I assume OJ Howard's going to be the trendy guy at 1,400. You see him at 16% ownership. The Sims seem to like OJ Howard or like Tyler Johnson more than OJ Howard. So that could actually be a way to get unique on this slate. James just coming in hot. I mean, this is a personal question for me, James. It's actually very rude to ask someone if they play the Thursday to Monday slates. No, I don't play the Thursday to Monday slates. I'm a showdown bro and I'm a main slate bro. Brandon asks, is Ertz the captain chalk? No. He won't be the captain chalk at all. Captain chalk is going to be the quarterbacks, Hurts and Brady, and then you're going to have a trio of wide receivers. I'm seeing Godwin, Antonio Brown, Evans, and even Devonta Smith all bunched up there in the 7 to 9% range. So it's a tier of Hurts and Brady, 18%, 17% range, and then a tier of 4 wide receivers in the 7 to 10% range. And then you get down to Leonard Fournette just underneath that at around 7%. And so that's why I think Fournette is looking like such a nice leverage play because the field wants to play the quarterbacks and the wide receivers here. I'm behind in the comments if I'm saying fuck lazy Lions. Jeez, I'm so far behind in the comments. This is like when I log into Discord and I miss, like an hour and I start trying to be a completist and scroll back and read what I missed. And then I'm like, fuck it. I'll just jump to the beginning. I just jumped to the beginning. So sorry if I missed your chat from earlier. 6 asked, Pete, curious if you've gone back and looked at the Sims and compared them to actual outcome for past showdowns. I have not. That sounds like a great homework assignment for someone with far more time on their hand than me. If someone wants to take that on and share the results with me, I would be very, very interested in seeing that data. Oh, no, you're worried I'm going to dupe you with 4-2 Eagles? Don't dupe me, bro. Look, I'm the one that asked you not to dupe me. Okay? This is a one-way street. Win picks? Win packs? I need a vowel in there. I have to have a vowel in there. I was just doing start sit questions. People asking me Herbert. I don't know. Are you talking about Justin Herbert? Talking about Khalil Herbert? Come on, guys. I need more help here. How gross is a Fournette captain Rojo flex lineup? That is honestly one of the most gross things I've ever heard. It's disgusting. I honestly can't even fathom. I guess if you're going to play something that gross, you're probably in a 500,000 person contest, and you probably want to play the Buccaneers defense in that lineup. Would be my guess. Wow, you guys are distracted tonight. You're asking me about run it back packs. Yes, I got a run it back pack. I will rip it on Tuesday's Club Top Shot. I was very fortunate to get a run it back pack. Who do I think will be more owned? Ertz or Gainwell? Definitely Zach Ertz. Definitely Zach Ertz. I'm seeing Zach Ertz right now at 15% and Gainwell around 12%. But I'm telling you, I was listening to the ETR show with Cody Main and Levitan a little bit ago, and their entire chat was on fire in love with Zach Ertz. The public is loving Zach Ertz tonight. Davis had his tweet. I think Zach Ertz is going to get major steam, especially in single entry 3 max. I think he's going to be a very popular play. But yeah, that was what. So when I initially had looked at stuff, I was like, oh wow, Ertz looks like a good play. But then this is one of those kind of I'm finessing ownership stuff just by hanging out at the DFS water cooler. And I'm hearing a lot of Ertz chatter, So I'm not saying he's a bad play. I just think he's going to be more popular than the current set of ownership projections is saying. Iceman says, wow, giving up a lot of EV for the content. You waiting on that pack. I take it back. You're one hell of a tout. Thank you, Iceman. That is definitely what I identify as, a DFS tout. It's in my blood. That's just what I do. I give picks. I mean, I'm not pushing us too crazy here to the Ertz fade. I'm just saying, I mean, think about it this way. I mean, this is simple. We can do this, right? His ownership right now is 15%. He's showing up in the Sims 34.7% of the time. So even if he gets steamed up to 20 or 25% flex ownership, the math is still saying that's a decent play. So there's still some leverage, meat on the bone. I just don't think it's going to be this crowbar leverage situation because of how popular he is. But I don't think Ertz is a bad play. I do think if he's showing up in almost or over a third of lineups, that's going to be good. Yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying, I think 3-3 in general is the most chalky construction, I think, for hand builders. Like I said, with the optimal results pushing everyone to 4-2 Bucs tonight, I'm guessing 3-3 is kind of a neutral construction. Would just be my hunch. It's not hurting you. It's not, giving you any extra leverage or uniqueness necessarily. That's why I'm pushing in the direction of 4-2 Eagles. Is kind of what I'm liking. CMV says Miles Sanders pops when you least expect it. I guess. Yeah, I mean, Gainwell's role is pretty dialed in. And that's what's kind of different from last year is the guys that were spelling Miles Sanders previously, the Boston Scotts and whoever it was, Jordan Howards and stuff. I mean, those guys weren't, eating into his pass work as much as Gainwell was. I mean, the take in the preseason was that Gainwell was going to be the Nyheim Hines in this offense, and that's exactly what's happening. So that's capping Sanders, but I can definitely see it. I mean, when you look at captain ownership, he's not going to be too popular. I have him right under Fournette, around 5%, and the Sims have him showing up at the same clip. So appearing in 5%, used 5%, not much there from a flex perspective. Miles Sanders, around 30% ownership, appearing in the Sims 32% of the time. So pretty neutral play there. You have my blessing to play Miles Sanders. I already said it. I hate it. My favorite captain is Leonard Fournette. Like, I don't know what you people want from me. I don't want it to be true. I want to IKB. I know better. I want to bully the optimizer. I want to lower his market share of rush yards until he doesn't appear. but Leonard Fournette is the best captain leverage spot on the slate. I don't know what to say. If I'm not going with Fournette, I like Devonta Smith. A decent amount. All of the Bucs wide receivers are showing negative leverage as far as they are getting owned at a higher clip that they're appearing in the simulation. So Chris Godwin, 9% average ownership, 7% Sims. Antonio Brown, 9% ownership, 7% Sims. Mike Evans, 8% ownership, 4% Sims. So they're not liking that as much. That's for the captain. That's for the captain slot there. Who are you telling me to on? You're worried? I promise you, we have 213 people. No, we're not moving markets. That'll be a good problem to have. And maybe this is a rug pull. This is the week I tell everyone to play Leonard Fournette and he flops. If I swear to God, if this is the Ronald Jones 100-yard 2 TD game after I was forced to tout Leonard Fournette, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to quit. I'm going to pack it up. Speaking of packing it up, how about this? Give me one input toggle that you want me to mess with here. We had throttled down the rush rate to the Bucs to see if we could get Fournette out. We didn't do that. Right now, our inputs have the Vegas line in there. Points scored 28.8 for the Bucs, 22.3. Do you guys want to see the Bucs winning? The Eagles winning? Would that be fun for us? Why don't we do that? What if we flip the script here? Let's do like a high scoring win for the Eagles. We want to do that? We want like 32-24. We'll do that. We already have a very low rush rate. Their default was 40%. We bring it down to 35% in a negative game script. Let's just go crazy. Let's go down to 32%. They're just chucking a ton. And I would say the Eagles will rush a little bit more if they have a lead this game. So we could bring them up to like a 44% rush rate. Let's run the Sims. You guys can get 10% off on Run the Sims. With promo code Pete, get you access to the Run the Sims Discord channel in the Deposit Kingdom Discord. Also, before I forget, we do have the $10 rake-free contest on DraftKings for Week 6. The people of DraftKings hooked us up with this last week. It was a 350-man last week. We filled it on Friday. I asked them, can we make it bigger? And they said, yes, Peter, we can. And so they made it 400. That link should be the pinned chat link tonight. It's also in the description down below. It's also in the Discord. It will fill by, my guess is Saturday morning is my target fill date for this 400-man tournament. So get in now. Please do not write in the comments on Saturday. It is filled. It is filled. Make it bigger. It's not filled now. Now is your chance to get in. So this is the scenario where we say the Eagles win. And if anything, the big change here is Jalen Hurts' captain ownership. So I always think this stuff is very helpful if you're just playing out different scenarios. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts goes to 22% appearing in the captain slot in this scenario, which would be very good relative to his ownership. He's going to get used in the captain slot. What am I seeing here? About 18%. So it's still not a ton of leverage, but that's kind of just showing you how much it takes for the optimal results to be spitting him out at the clip that the field wants to play Jalen Hurts right now. I think the other thing that stands out is Miles Sanders jumping up there to 8%. That makes sense if they're rushing more. Fournette, it kind of speaks to how solid of a play Fournette is. Even in a game where they're losing by 7 points, Fournette is still appearing as the optimal captain 10% of the time. So I don't know what to do. We've messed with the inputs about as much as we can within reason, and Leonard Fournette just won't go away. We can see what some of these custom lineups look like here. Here's all of your Eagles onslots. 5-1, 4-2. There's 1-3-3 there, but then we're back to a 4-2. There's a 3-3, 4-2, 4-2, 5-1, 4-2, 5-1, 4-2. 5-1, 4 or 3-3. So if you are projecting the Eagles to win by 7 tonight, onslaught those Eagles. 4-2, 5-1. Probably jam Jalen Hurts captain. Get in Gainwell, get in Rager for leverage, get in Devonta Smith. It's hard to see Jalen Hurts going nuclear without Devonta Smith coming along for the ride. I kind of like a lineup like this 5-1 onslaught here. I guess it's pretty popular from a product owned standpoint, but you go Hurts, Rager, Smith, Ertz, Gainwell, and then a Tom Brady bring back. If Tom Brady is one of those kind of quarterbacks that can spread it around enough, like he could easily throw, touchdowns to 4 different guys, and one of them could be Tyler Johnson and one could be OJ Howard, and you could get there with a solo Tom Brady and a bring back. I think that's viable. Bucs 24/7. All right, we'll run one more. So I'll do that same idea, but let's play it as a really low scoring game, because we never do that. And we know that sometimes that's what happens on these showdown slates. It's not fun. It's not sexy. Let me reset these. Let's do Eagles score 14 points and the Bucs score 17 in a real low scoring game. Let's boost their rush rates just a smidge in a slog fest here and see what happens. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Oh my goodness. Leonard Fournette will not go away. No matter how you slice it, Leonard Fournette finds a way. 18% in the captain slot in a slow slog game where the Patriots, the Bucs win 17-14. We do see Hurts here. The big drop off is Brady. I mean, Brady was appearing in 16-17% of the optimals. And in a low scoring game like this, he really takes a big hit, all the way down to 8.8% for appearing there. Devonta Smith gets boosted up a little bit, which is interesting, thinking through kind of the slate dynamics of why he would kind of see a captain boost in that scenario. Chris Godwin not too far behind him at 8.2%. But yeah, Fournette, man, I'm telling you, he's the best leverage captain spot. I don't like it. You don't like it. But sometimes we just have to bow down to the math. And I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Good luck in your contest. I will be back tomorrow at noon. I am doing the GPP strategy show with Brian Hooper, aka Brick75. You guys know him from seeing him atop the leaderboard and doing Wolves with me on Wednesday nights. But sometimes I like to pull him out of the comfy confines of Lulz and actually talk the slate DFS. Last year, he shared some of his sim results. So maybe we'll have some fun with that. I'll have Brian run some sims on the main slate. We can compare him to run the sims, see what's popping for us. Last year, when he ran the sims on the show, it was the Kansas City Chiefs versus the New York Jets week, and it was the Nyheim Hines 2-touchdown week. And he had that stack with Nyheim Hines popping in his sims, and it went absolutely nuclear. I think he had just like the nuts in his simulated lineup. So we'll see if he's willing to divulge the nuts again this week. And then I'll be back at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow for Splash Play. We're having Al Smizzle on. Al does this format on his channel called Cage Match, where they alternate picks for a head-to-head lineup. We're going to do a low ball cage match with Smiz, where Spags, Smiz, and I try to come up with the worst possible lineup for the Week 6 main slate. So fun slate of shows tomorrow. Good luck on the showdown slate, everyone. We will see you then.